Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into another episode of the Nap Bros podcast. My brother is on the verge of going to sleep, and so today we have decided that we are not going to do something on a extremely controversial topic. Well, I guess marriage could be an extremely controversial topic, but we have scoured the interwebs and we have looked for these marriage tweets. Actually, that's not true at all. We actually just went to, I saw it pop up on my news feed, and Huffington Post has these tweets about marriage. And so we're going to go through these and we are going to comment on them and laugh about them and discuss our own things in relationship to marriage. So join in, have some fun. Let us know in the comments below. Before we get into it, click that subscribe button. If you're listening on your podcasting app, make sure that you leave a review. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you click the bell. Make sure you hit that like button and leave a comment below. Let us know what you think about some of these posts that we're going to be talking about and reading through. So, without any further ado, let's get into it. I would drive 20 miles away to save 8 cents a gallon on gas, which is why my wife is in charge of our household finances.
I mean, he's not wrong. I would maybe 20 miles, maybe about 10 miles.
10 miles?
15. I mean, but there's a place that's about, let's see, how far is it? I would say it's a good 15-minute drive from here. So maybe about 20 miles from here. That's like 55 cents cheaper.
Really?
Yeah. So it's like,
yeah.
But it's only like a $10 saving. I mean, honestly, it's like, you take an hour out of your way almost, or 35 minutes out of your way, basically.
Yeah.
Is it worth it? Yeah, no, it's so hard.
That would be, hard. I mean, that's the thing is like, too.
Diesel where I live is $5.50 on average to $5.70, and then way up there, it's like $4.99. It's like, wow. Oh, yes, please.
Yeah. Wow.
Especially with how much diesel I've been going through here lately.
Right, exactly. Yeah, so like I don't know. Sometimes I have to like extrapolate out like how many gallons am I using, or how many gallons am I going to use, and then what's the total savings. And if it's anything like, I mean, if it's $10, that might be worth it. But if it's like $2 or less, not really feeling it. But this is funny. This is not something that I would necessarily do. I would not drive 20 miles away, but I guarantee my wife would. And she is still in charge of the finances. She would probably drive 20 miles away just to save 8 cents on a gallon. She's in charge of the finances, so it's just kind of like, she's like, I'm gonna go get the gas. The good thing is like, luckily we don't have that here. We don't have to really worry about gas here. All we have to do is worry about because we have scooters run on electricity. But I just imagine getting back to the States, and that's exactly what would happen.
A podcast, but it's just 45 minutes of me asking my wife where various things are in the house. I spend years doing that. Like for real, like, and the argument goes is, well, it didn't belong there. No. It belongs there because I put it there. That's where it belongs. It's like, oh man, there was this one time. So just a real recap. I had to make it to the house, hook up the camper, and then make it back up the road 45 minutes. I told the guy I'd be there at 5 o'clock, right?
Mm-hmm.
Get to the house. Not our house. We were starting at a friend's house. Get to our friend's house. No keys there.
Call no keys for the camper?
Yes. Call my wife. Oh. Where's the keys at? I need to hook up the trailer. She's like, I don't know. They're not with me. Was I supposed to grab them? Yes, they were on the table on the same pile. Well, I can't find them, she says. I was like, I didn't find them, so I didn't grab them or something. Get home, they're not here. I said, do me a favor, go out and look in the car real quick. So she goes out and looks in the car, and they're in the car, right?
Oh, man. So she grabbed them?
Oh, yeah, she had them the whole time. And I'm like, it's almost like I have to put them in her purse for her, even though she says it doesn't belong there. It's just like, clearly where I put them, you can't find them. So,
so for me, this would be. So it is actually this is more mine would be more of a podcast, but it's 45 minutes of me telling my wife to make sure that she's actually looked for her stuff.
I feel because like a podcast would be like you trying to explain to her what all the little English mannerisms and
no. That would be that's it. But that's one thing. But there would definitely be a good solid 15 to 20 minutes of that podcast being, babe, did you look for it? Yeah, I looked for it. Are you sure you looked for it? Like you actually looked for it? Yeah, I looked for it. Like, how many places did you look?
I got another one. She's going out to mow. She's like, hey, can you help me find my shoes? Well, what do they look like? Well, like this other one. Why I gotta help you find your shoes at all? Like, where are these other shoes? Or like today, the same thing happened. She's gonna walk in there and be like, I'm really tired of cleaning up after y'all. It's not my job just to clean up the house. And she's like, can someone help me find my shoes? Not 2 seconds later. No, that's not our job to help you find your shoes. Like, if you wouldn't misplace them and clean up the house, just fighting words at that point.
Yeah. just begging to get shot.
No, but she knew I had a point. How you gonna run your mouth 5 minutes before you ask for help? Like, come on now. I mean, my marriage would be like a drama TV series, honestly.
Let's see. Wait, what would you? So yours would be more of a drama. I'm trying to think what mine would be. Mine would probably be more of a mystery.
What?
Yeah, like a mystery of.
You don't ever know what's being said around you, or what?
Well, it could be that trying to figure out what Chinese words are being used and how they translate into English. It would also be a mystery of like, what did I say to make you upset? What did I do that messed up this whole situation? Or a mystery of like find like going back to the whole finding thing, like just finding stuff, like because sometimes it's really I can't tell you how many times she'll come in, she'll be like, hey, you know where my keys are? I'm like, did you look for them? Like, yeah. Like, all right. Like, where did you look? She's like, in the bedroom. I was like, okay, well, did you look anywhere else? No, just the bedroom. And so then I'll even like go into the bedroom and I'll actually like move like one thing and the keys are there. Like I'll move a blanket. Like they were set on and they were covered up by the blanket. I move the blanket and they're right there. And I'm like, you didn't look for it? She's like, no, I looked for it.
Well,
you did not.
What was funny was like today, the incident, I'm like, what color are your workout shoes? She's like, gray. I was like, well, where did you have them last? I don't know. And I was like, you know what? I think I know where they are. Because I had just looked underneath the couch the other day and they were still underneath the couch. And that just goes to show that as long as they don't move the stuff back to point one or this point right here, as long as you don't move the stuff, I can find it.
Yeah.
It's like, and that what you said brought me back to the first time she asked me to help her find shit. She said help her find it, and she's standing there on her phone looking at her phone while I'm looking.
I think my wife does the same thing. Like she'll look for a few moments, and she's like, "Babe, I can't find it," and then she's on her phone, and I'm like, "Is it my job to go find it? And is that now my response?" And the thing is like I even tell her, I'm like, put certain things in certain places. Like I know my phone is either going to be in my pocket, it's either going to be at the front door, or it's going to be in the bedroom somewhere nearby me. Like one of those three places. Very rarely is it anywhere else.
Yeah,
the same with like backpacks.
They disappear.
Keys, all sorts of stuff. Keys, we even put up like, hey, here's the thing. We've got little like hooks that we put our keys on. Every time I walk in the door, hook, done. For her, I think she's like on her phone as she walks in the door, and so she's got her keys somewhere else, and she doesn't think to like hook them. She just carries them in with her and is just like distracted. She just has a lot of distractions around her. At the beach, and my husband has made friends with the family next to us, so now I have to file for divorce.
I feel like that's a little dramatic.
I
I feel like
think it's very
though,
dramatic.
yes, like when I go to the beach, I don't know. When I go to the beach, yeah, me just sitting on the beach getting a tan is just not fun for me, you know. So like I'm digging a hole,
Mm-hmm.
playing with kids that probably aren't my kids because we went on vacation, or trying to see how far out into the deep water I can go, you know, without dying.
Yeah,
Do you ever
yeah.
do that? I mean, when's the last time you've been to the ocean?
We it was a few months ago. We went out to the ocean here.
Like you swam?
Uh, we no, not really. We didn't really swim that far out.
Like,
We did do a jet ski out, but we didn't really swim that far out. It's
yeah,
been
like
a while since
I was out there like so where we were staying that time, you know, I'm gonna say it was Ormond Beach or Daytona Beach or something like that. I mean, there was nobody there that day, honestly.
I. Mm.
Like you would think it'd be that empty. And I mean, I was going out and going out and going out, and finally I'm like, yeah, you know what? I'm probably a little far right now. Time to go back. Yeah,
Yeah.
the divorce is a little dramatic, but yeah, I will say, you know, we're not there for y'all. We're there for ourselves.
Yeah. I would say this would probably be my wife. My wife would probably feel the same sentiment because, like, although well, I'll say this: if they're English speakers, you know, because like here, I mean, obviously I've been in China for 3 years now, and so it's pretty easy for me not to strike up a conversation. But generally, if we're out at the beach and they're English speakers, then I might strike up a conversation just randomly with them and say like, "Hey, like, what's up? How you guys doing? What are you doing here? Da 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 da. Where you from? All that jazz." Because I know that that can be embarrassing for her slightly, but then also just like me being a goofball, just like singing at the top of my lungs while we're outside, dancing to whatever beat I have in my head, you know, all those different things. So I can understand like the sentiment of like being embarrassed and not wanting to deal with
I don't know why. Why she would be embarrassed?
that.
Just out here living the dream.
All right,
Number
number.
4, I'm gonna skip. I opened up emotionally to my husband and told him how long it's been since the check engine light turned on. You know what though? I bet you she doesn't even know. I bet you she doesn't even know how long that light's been on.
Yeah.
Those lights just mean those are just other forms of a blinker, you know, in their eyes. Like they don't know what the hell they're doing on there. You know how long that light been on for? I don't know. What do you mean you don't know? Well, it's been on. Oh, jeez. For real, like that's the conversations in my household. What do you mean you don't know how long that light's been on?
I would say for my wife, like it would be more in lines with her opening up about how something doesn't work that was working fine a week ago or something like that. Like whether that's like her computer or a phone or the air conditioner or the microwave or the fridge or the oven or anything along those lines. She'd be like this hasn't been working like this for it's been working like this for a while. There's a problem. I'm like, oh, and you're now telling me. like, okay, we gotta get it fixed. Like this is a problem.
Oh my
like
gosh.
just
Hey, this is
anything that's
making
broken.
a funny noise. How long's it been doing that? I don't know, like 7 or 8 months.
Yeah, right.
Well,
What?
by
What?
that point, I mean we're sure it's not gonna blow up now. Hell,
Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah. That's
shouldn't just.
probably what it is. It's like waiting. Like, okay, it hasn't blown up yet, so it's probably okay. It's fine.
Hey, you haven't told me this long, so why tell me now?
Once upon a time, in the year 2005, I asked her what was wrong, and she still hasn't finished.
Well, mine just tries
Yeah.
to hide it all the time. Be like, oh, nothing's wrong. No. Here's my favorite part. I'll be like, what's wrong? Nothing. You sure? Cause I'm not gonna ask again. That's how it goes. Yeah, I'm fine. All right. And then like 2 hours later, it comes out. I'm like, so is that what the problem was earlier when I asked you? You don't know me. Okay.
She says that to you?
Yeah, all the time. But like, you think you know what I'm thinking? I was like, I think you're mad at how right I am half the time. Like,
I think there is some.
80% of the time, I'm right about what she's thinking.
Yeah, my wife is the same. She'll be like, you don't know me. Okay. I mean, I have a pretty good idea of when you're not feeling good.
My favorite is like they're upset and like they're jawing at the mouth at you, and you're like, what's really upsetting you? Like, do you want to talk about it? Because that's not enough crap for you to be acting that way. So she'll be like, no, and then 5 minutes later she'll start talking about how the kids are jerks or something happened, and I'm like, so that's the real reason you're acting hateful. Well, maybe it's you. It's like, maybe it is me, but maybe not.
Well, and I even told her it was a couple days ago, I think now. I was like, let's lay this out. Most of the time when we get into an argument, I said like you kind of said this thing, and you were wrong about it. And then I responded by mentioning you were wrong, but the way that I responded was not the right way to respond. I responded in such a way that then it extrapolated out from there. It was like you did something wrong. I brought it up that you did it wrong, but I brought it up in the wrong way, and then we continued fighting about how I brought it up. And so I have to wait a little bit until everything kind of like we settle this one thing. Oh. Everything gets calm, and then I'll bring that first thing back up later.
Oh, 110%. 110%. If you could just set your emotions aside for 5 minutes and just hear the message, and she'll be like, well, can you not just deliver it better? No. A direct path between A and B is a straight line. Why the hell I got to go all the way to Timbuktu to get to that B section?
I will say this. They're like I'm gradually learning a little bit about like how to present information. Like when she says something wrong or does something wrong, I'm learning how to present it in such a way that's much more palpable. My husband says he doesn't know when it became his job to make the coffee. I don't know when it became his job either, but I'm glad he agrees it's his job.
Oh man, there's so many times where I'll get up sometimes and I won't even make myself a cup of coffee, but I'll brew some for her when she gets up.
Really?
Isn't that crazy? Yeah. Really.
So like do you wait until you get to the office to get a cup?
Yeah, because normally, like I said, I try and drink water there and water back.
Yeah.
So if I'm late, like I was this morning, I didn't make coffee at all. But
the thing is like, so actually, what will happen is actually my wife will actually make me cups of coffee because she doesn't drink coffee. She doesn't like it. It's not a fan. She also doesn't like chocolate, so it's
really
yeah. In that she's very much like our mother.
Does she make you pots of coffee or not?
She will. She'll actually she'll ask me if it looks like I'm gonna be busy or if I've got to like get out of the house and I've got to get stuff prepared. She'll be like, "Hey, do you want a cup of coffee? Or do you want me to make you some coffee?" I'm like, yes, please. I don't know why she asks now. Like it's just like she still asks. She's like, "Hey, do you want girl? Hey, I just needed to go and tell her. Let's just listen. You never have to ask if I want you to make me a cup of coffee.
If you make coffee, I will drink it.
If you make a pot of coffee, it will be gone via me. That's fine. Just build
it, and they will come.
Brew it, and I will drink. That's all it needs to be. Yeah, but no, she does. She's wonderful about that. Like she doesn't really drink anything. She drinks water. Like that's it. Like she'll drink some other things, odds and ends, but for the most part, not even like tea. And so pretty much I'm the coffee. I'm the everything but water drinker. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. We really hope that you enjoyed those tweets about marriage and our discussion about it. We would love to hear what you have to say in the comments or a review. If you are watching on YouTube, click the subscribe button, click that bell, And click that like button. Leave us a comment below. We want to hear about what marriage is like for you. If you're listening on your podcast, click subscribe and leave us a 5-star review. That way we can just get people to know about our podcast. That's it for today. I'm Nick.
I'm Andrew.
And as always,
you have an open invitation to our conversations.
Adios!